You clicked on this video because some part of you is ready for a transformation. Maybe you're tired of feeling invisible, or you feel stuck in a version of yourself that you've outgrown. But here's what I've learned from watching celebrities like Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter and Chappell Roan. The most powerful people in the world, they don't wait for permission or the right time to evolve. They reinvent themselves, publicly, unapologetically, and on purpose. In my last video, we went through the exact steps that we are going to take in order to carry out this rebrand to glow up. So now, it's time for me to practice what I preach. So for 30 days, I became my own ultimate experiment, my own PR team, and my own celebrity client. I tried to rewrite my narrative. I changed my habits, and I changed how I showed up. I decided that the new version of me was going to be confident, that I will never second guess myself and go for what I want, that I will handle pressure with grace. All this in an attempt to build my dream life and to finally become a version of myself that I can be proud of. And I'm taking you behind the scenes of what worked, what hurt, and what changed everything. Chapter 1. What even is a celebrity rebrand? When celebrities rebrand, we often think it's just new hair, new style, and maybe a new album. But real rebrands go much deeper. They are calculated, emotional, and rooted in story. And most importantly, they're done with purpose. And if you think that going through a rebrand is going to be hard because you're afraid of what other people may think, well, can you just imagine how terrified these celebrities are? Think about it. Every time Taylor Swift enters a new era and releases a new album, she will get a huge wave of negative comments and unsolicited advice on how she should just go back to her old music style. And yet, she's still one of the biggest artists today. Why? It's because it's normal for different people to go through different seasons of life, to have different and changing goals, and to want to experiment and push the boundaries of who they can become. The artist rebrand is one of the most extreme forms of rebranding there is, because not only are they doing the inner work to be able to come to terms with the new rebrand, but they share the journey with basically the entire world, only to have their journey scrutinized and sometimes even mocked. But instead of shrinking away from fear, take this as your motivation, because when you make it out of the rebrand, and you will, what you get on the other side is your dream self and what you have worked so hard to become. Because every time Taylor Swift changes her look, she's not just changing her aesthetics, she's changing how we see her. Whether you're a creator, a student, a dreamer, or just trying to feel like the main character of your life again, how people perceive you can either open or close doors. It can give you the confidence to take your life back, and it can be your first step into deeper self-discovery. A celebrity rebrand isn't just about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more of who you truly are and learning to frame that with clarity and power. Chapter 2. My identity audit. Why I chose to rebrand. So why did I choose to rebrand myself? Well, simply put, I was living as a version of myself that didn't match my ambition. I have always had big dreams, but recently, they've been bigger than ever. I had like 5 different projects that I wanted to work on top of my 9 to 6, plus create content. But when I looked at my life, it just felt like I wasn't being true to myself and showing up the way that I needed to in order to accomplish my dreams. So I did an audit. How do I act? How do I spend my time? What are my habits and daily routine? What do people associate with my name? I looked at it all and asked, if I were my own PR team, what story would I tell? And that's where the rebrand began. Chapter 3. Trying it myself. The 5 rules I followed. For 30 days, I lived like I was my own celebrity, and I followed 5 rebrand rules religiously. 1. No more autopilot. The pop stars and it girls of our generation work back-to-back schedules without missing a beat. And I know that I wanted my higher self to be more intentional to her time, to be dedicated to her schedule. Everything had to be intentional, from my outfits to my daily habits. I mean, yes, Sabrina and Taylor work hard, but most importantly, they dressed well. I didn't just want to throw on an outfit and spend the entire day worrying and feeling uncomfortable. So I purposely slowed down and took the time to curate the clothes that I know that I would feel confident in. I made sure to set aside 10 minutes at the beginning of the day to sort out my schedule, ensuring that my top priorities would get enough attention and time to ensure that they get done. 2. to pick a clear story. I define my rebrand in one sentence. A brave, disciplined woman building her dream life in order to get whatever she wants. This mantra gave me a reminder every day to step into the person that I have chosen to be and to remind myself that I alone have the power to change my identity and my actions. Everything I want is literally on the other side of this transformation, so I literally can't give up now. 3 is to show up even in the smallest ways. Every project that I did, I made sure to show up as the version of myself that I want to be. It doesn't matter if I wasn't feeling the most confident or the most hardworking that day, because the version of me that I'm after doesn't wait to feel ready to take action. So the only way to become that version of myself is to literally start acting like her. But spoiler alert, it sounds hard and it's even harder to execute. 4 is to treat myself like I'm someone worth investing in. You know how celebrities have teams that believe in them? I became that for myself. I was my own stylist, beauty team, PR team, cheerleader, manager, scheduler, everything. Because let me tell you a secret. This is your life and no one is gonna take control of your life for you. As Taylor Swift said, the scary thing is, you're on your own now. But the good news is, you're on your own now. You deserve to let yourself look good, feel good, have organized days and schedules that allow you to go after what you want and enjoy your life at the same time. And of course, time management may sound daunting at first, but nobody said that you have to be perfect right off the bat. 5 is small steps every day. Now I understand that working on your goals a lot of the time is just doing a lot of unfun stuff, like spending hours at the gym or in front of the computer. But for this challenge, I challenged myself to adopt the mindset of a pop star who's getting ready for her world tour. So we have our end goals that we want to achieve, which isn't that much different from an artist who's getting ready to go on a tour, in a sense that these two things are major events that we are working towards. And for that, you need a routine to follow every day in order for you to get into the best shape and mindset possible to prepare for the performance. Now for pop stars, I'm assuming their days will look something like singing lessons, then dance classes. They'll probably have to go for different costume fittings, different styling sessions. They would then have to go to the gym and do like 7 different types of workout. And of course, when they're preparing for a tour, it's a period of ultra intensive focus and intensive preparation. So the routines are definitely going to be more hectic. Because if you're not even able to endure the hard work that goes into getting the goal that you want, then where are you going to get the strength to carry you through your goal in the first place? That's why your mindset is so important. And we need to understand that this is a new lifestyle that we are trying to build. Sure, of course there's nothing wrong with sitting on the couch and watching Netflix all day. But if you're watching my video, then that's probably not the kind of life that you want to be living in the first place. So the goal is to form schedules that you can stick to and then slowly add to it once you've gained momentum. So I implemented these 5 steps into my new life for 1 month. And for the first week, it honestly couldn't be better. It was almost as if I was a new person, with a new purpose and a clear goal that I was working towards every day. Sure, it did take some time to get used to the new routine, but my motivation was still very strong and I was still very optimistic. I was thinking to myself, is it crazy to think that this might actually work? That maybe I've cracked the code to rebranding yourself. Chapter 4, The Journey. Day 1 felt a bit awkward. Kind of had no idea what I was doing, but again, that's the same with everything that you're just trying out for the first time. So I just reminded myself that I was focusing on the long-term vision and that not everything had to be perfect from day 1. This mindset helped carry me over through the entire first week. I did it. I edited the YouTube video, at least the raw footage, which was the goal for today, and it is 11:40. I'm still supposed to like schedule an Instagram post, so I'm just gonna do that and then just gonna go to sleep. Your girl needs minimum 8 hours of beauty sleep, so I'm proud of myself. Gonna keep pushing. And then week 2 came along. This was where the pressing self-doubt started to creep in. As someone who's always battled with overthinking and being a perfectionist, it was only so long that I could keep these old habits at bay. Currently trying to edit a YouTube thumbnail. Obviously not finalized. I'm still playing around, but these 2 weeks have kind of been in a slump, in a dip, and I hate to admit it, but I'm pretty sure it's because my last 2 videos haven't been doing so well as compared to my usual. I've been kind of like on an upward trend, but the more I think about it, at first it did hit kind of hard, but then I had to like rationalize it myself because I just did not want this slump to stay on forever. But when I actually took a deeper look into it, I noticed that my analytics, well, yeah, of course, like the views are down and the likes are down and stuff like that, but my watch time has actually like doubled, and I'm actually really proud of that because I think hooking people is one of the hardest thing that I'm trying to learn and trying to grasp as a new like content creator. So it actually doubled. So while the views may have dropped, I feel like the value that the audience sees in my videos have actually maybe come across clearer, and I'm so happy and proud of myself. And you know, there could be a ton of reasons why my last 2 videos didn't work out. It could be my thumbnails, which honestly, yeah, I was not the most proud of, but at the same time I'm not sure how to improve it. Would like to work on that. And also maybe just the topics weren't something that my audience liked. So, you know, there's no such thing as failure. You only fail when you stop. So I'm gonna treat this as a learning lesson, but I'm not gonna lie that it did affect me quite a lot, and it sucks to admit that numbers and views have this much of an impact on me, but we come back stronger. And you know what, if I'm trying my best to learn from it and use everything that I know and go into this thumbnail, but if it doesn't work, then it's okay. There's always the next one and the next one and the one after that. I reminded myself of my vision and literally just sat there in my seat for half an hour just to let it sink in that no one is coming to save me, that no one is coming to do the things that I need to get done in order to achieve my dream life. How's that for some tough love? But it was much needed. And tough love now that snaps you back into reality is much better than a lie that's fabricated to only prolong the pain. So for the next week, I kept working. The main challenge for this week was definitely trying to fight off the on again, off again feelings of negativity, and overall just kind of suffering from imposter syndrome. But as the days went on, my new habits started to slowly settle in until it seemed like I didn't really have to pretend anymore. The 3rd week, now I've really started to get into the groove of things. I've had the mindset now of just taking baby steps and facing one day at a time. And I felt like I was slowly building strong momentum until I got sick. I'm literally super sick right now. I'm down with a flu and my voice is also kind of hoarse. So I was supposed to go into the office today, but I had to take a sick day off because I just did not it's not good for me to go to the office with my nose leaking and spreading my germs everywhere. So I'm at home and I am literally so tempted to just lay in bed and just sleep my day away, but I just really wanted to get this script done. Currently working on, well, I just did finish the first like idea draft of the first video, and now I have to draft out about what I want to talk about for the next 2 videos in the series. Because my whole YouTube process is basically just writing down the key points that I want to talk about so that I'm more comfortable on camera and that I'm not stumped about what to say, and to make sure that I get my main key points across, because I always want to give you guys the biggest value. So yeah, I always like to ensure that I have at least the base or the skeleton of my video done so that I can ensure that I hit all the talking points and that you guys get the most value out of all of my videos. So now that that's done, at least for the draft version, I think I'm gonna go and rest, because While I am all for working hard and hustling, I do not believe that you should not rest, especially when your body needs to. I'm just super bummed because obviously I've had like good momentum, and I do feel kind of guilty not pushing myself and not like giving my absolute all, even when I'm not feeling my best. But I have to think in the long run, if I were to continue pushing myself like this, even when I'm already not feeling my best, it could just totally backfire, and I could spend more days sick in bed and not at my 100%. So yeah, I am going to take a well-deserved break now, and I will come back stronger. And also, it's like raining right now, or it's about to rain, so it's really good weather to take a nap. And I think this is literally my first nap of 2025, or at least like my first break day. So as I stepped into the last week of the challenge, I felt different. I can't even really put it into words. These past few weeks of trying to be my best self have really been a journey. I started on a high, oblivious and optimistic, to being punched in the gut with self-doubt, realigning my vision and telling myself to just take baby steps, to falling sick and feeling like I've just taken 10 steps back, to finally getting back up on my feet again. And the crazy thing is, I have this gut feeling that this is only just the beginning. Despite all the days of self-doubt and being so anxious trying to force myself out of my comfort zone, this little experiment of rebranding myself has given me newfound confidence. The proof that I have what it takes to set goals and to show up for myself. So yeah, this 4 weeks may be over, but my journey of rebranding and self-improvement is only just getting started. Self-development is a long journey, and I truly believe that there is no final destination. That may sound daunting at first, but you just need to remember that the goal is to just get 1% better than yesterday. And as to just how you can do that, well, that's what we'll cover in the next video. So in the next video, I'm going to break down all the lessons and mistakes I made so that you can take everything I've learned, and hopefully it will give you some kind of a shortcut to your own rebrand and glow up. You can also check out my previous video where we went over how and the exact steps you can take to start your rebrand journey. Until next time, take care of your heart, your mind, and your dreams. I'll see you in the next video very soon.